Hi there, welcome to Storytime with Uncle Bill. And today's story is kind of serious, folks, and it involves jails or prisons, and it's one of the things you probably don't ever think about. And if you got somebody that's getting in trouble, a family member, a friend, and you want to help them and you don't know how to talk to them, maybe you can show them this video because it's something they probably never thought about. And I ain't really seen anybody say, the videos. It's the concepts are all around it, but the one thing that most people don't talk about that I haven't heard, the worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario in prison? Is it getting stabbed? Is it getting raped? Is it I would think right there those would be the top two right off the bat. Is it getting into a bunch of fights? Is it getting extorted, meaning you got to give up all your money and your commissary and your phone time? What's the worst thing that can happen to you in prison? Let me tell you what it is to me. Because the one thing you're always going to come across is somebody having a bad day. You don't know. And it's just like this in the free world, but in prison, the one thing you got to understand, especially in a male prison, there is a lot of testosterone, folks. A lot. And somebody always trying somebody, and you got to watch your back. You're on high alert, even when you're at your normalest. Because anything could go down at any second, and it doesn't have to involve you. You don't even have to be part of the equation. You are simply a victim of circumstance. That's why they have that phrase. It's what you're gonna be, and that's the worst case scenario to me is somebody coming after what I got. I don't care if it's my property or my ass. Somebody coming after what I got. And what am I supposed to do, folks? So let me tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go tell. You're supposed to go to the cops, the COs, the correctional officers, the turnkeys. They got all kind of the babysitters, the overpriced babysitters. You're supposed to go to them. Officer, there's this guy and he's raped me. He's taking my stuff. He's stealing from me. Do you know what that does to you, folks? You're a snitch. And it doesn't matter that you didn't want to do that. It doesn't matter that you didn't want no part of that. It's what you are now. And it could be a lot of backlash, because that could be somebody's cousin, that could be somebody's brother, somebody's uncle, could be part of a gang, could be part of the mafia, and you got to pay for that. You in prison, you're supposed to fight, because see, there's two. You got the evil and the good. The prison only sees it one way. They don't care nothing about your circumstance. One way, the right way. Worst case scenario, somebody's trying to take my stuff, folks. And I'm lucky because nobody has. It just didn't happen in all 5 years. I was never approached that way, because I've been in a lot of fights. I'll bust you up. Elbows, knees, I'll put you in moves. If you don't watch MMA, I'll put you in moves you don't know of. I hit hard, incredibly hard. I don't want you. I got bullied as a kid, and I beat all they ass. I beat them all. Look at my eyes, I beat them all. And see, when I was a teenager, for some reason, I'll tell you what the reason was. The bars, there was a lot of Marines. I grew up in Camp, right outside of Camp Lejeune in the air station. There was two bars, the Tar Heel Opera House and Boomers and Taylors, and a lot of Marines went in there. and they would get drunk, and there was a lot of testosterone and shit, and they would love to fight. So we used to get in or the local high schools and middle schools and shit. We would get in the back of pickup trucks, and this is out in the sticks, old country shit. Get in the pickup trucks, load up, and just hang out in the bar and wait for the Marines to come out because they knew they were gonna fight. I'm used to that. We would go to Richlands and Dixon's and Swansboro, and whoever wanted to get down, we fought. And that's what it was back then. And you know what, man? I turned out to be good friends with most of them. Why we fought the Marines is sad, but they fought. Not like we really hated the Marines. And I grew up with a partial hatred to them. I'm just going to be honest. Because of the fighting, but I didn't understand the fighting. Just had anger and I wanted to get it out. So, and it was, but I got, you get a name for yourself. Come around here. People know me. Don't worry about it. You get a different kind of respect if you fight, a different kind. But I try to make that the last resort. Like I'm telling you, I give people warnings, man. Like I'm always at any given time, at any part of a conversation for no particular reason at all. I hit hard. I hit hard as hell, man. Devastation. I'm talking hospital damage. Something's gonna break. It's gonna break. I know where to hit you. If I hit you and it does, and all that stuff don't happen, it's because I care about you. And you went too far. The warning is there, man. I'm a good guy. You can't disrespect me. I'm a part animal. I was locked up, caged up like an animal for 5 years of weed. It was a good amount of weed, but 5 years. 5 years of not sleeping good. Didn't sleep good. Read a lot, man. Read a lot. Didn't have to do much fighting. Told you I'm gonna hit hard. And I had this little thing too. If you ever got into and it didn't happen much because predators don't prey on strong bulls. They go after the old and the weak, and I'm neither one. And I would always work out, and I would work out and make a lot of noise. With a lot of weight, or even if I was doing push-ups or pull-ups or something, it was different from what most people were doing. And I wanted you to see that, and I would just keep going hours, and I wanted you to see that I've got the stamina, endurance. You're not going to win nowhere. And then I play the mind games. Mind games is something. And all that is good. I don't give a damn how good you are fighting. One of the things that you don't understand is everybody else has that same mentality. They're scared. But there's the criminal part for some that know they can get something out of you. Going to get something out of you, if it ain't no but a damn milk, a juice, your 2 pieces of bread, you're going to get something out of you. You got to understand that's the process of some people's mind, and you can appease those people. Doesn't make you a pussy, it makes you aware. You got to be aware of your surroundings. Because I still haven't talked about the worst case scenario, haven't. But I'm on the subject. I'm on the subject. Because somebody got a phone call, their wife's cheating, their mom died, the house got foreclosed, the uncle was molesting the kid. These are all true things I've heard, man. All true things that made people snap. They thought they was going to go home today, and they're not going to be able to go home for another 10 years. Because they got another charge, and Ohio is coming to pick them up. They can't take it. When you get the idea that you're about to go home, and now you got to go do another bid, another stretch. Couldn't take it. Beat up, you start beating up shit. You got anger, you know what I mean? And then somebody looks at you wrong or bumps you. You know, I'm coming by and this dude's pissed off and he's coming out the phone room, and I just so happen to be carrying my commissary bag, and at the same time and this happened, and at the same time he opens the door and walks out, my commissary bag next to him. I didn't see him. I never even saw the door open because I had passed it, and this didn't happen to me. I had passed it just enough that he was had like a blind spot, but he wasn't in my peripheral or my front, but my bag, which was behind me, and bulged out, nicked his arm. I think he got another 5 years. Dude was supposed to go home. I think he had a week left. Eat the shit out of dude, man. Just kept hitting him. And you think the cars are going to help you, right? You think the cars are going to help you get in a fight. You think the cars are going to help you. You think you get stabbed, the cars are going to help you. Hell no. Watch. We still ain't got to the worst case scenario. I'm giving you little tidbits. So now you got this dude just beating your ass. Guard, help, inmate, my friend. Call whoever you want. Nobody. You think the inmate's going to help you? Then you got a bond strong enough that this dude's got to worry about this other dude who ain't got nothing to do. The situation ain't got nothing to do with him. He got to worry about this dude and his other friends because he stepped into your situation. You think a guard's gonna risk his life with a guy with a big ass damn shank and he done stuck you 3 or 4 damn times and you're leaking, you look like a sprinkler? You think he's gonna run after you and help you? Nah, man, he's hitting the deuces and he's waiting for the backup. And they'll be there. You might be dead, because there's another thing you don't know about. So you get stabbed up or you have a heart attack or shit. The places I were at, they can't go over 5 miles an hour. But it doesn't matter your emergency. Listen, I want to tell you again. Hopefully the damn hospital, and at Fort Dix, the hospital was at the furthest end of the damn thing. You probably were going to die. I mean, it just is what it is, man. Yeah, you already knew that too. They got to look. The ambulance pulls up to the prison. They got to search that damn thing. They just don't let things. Oh God, we got to go save Mr. Jakowski. Hell no. We got to make sure you ain't bringing anything in. Then we're gonna go 5 miles an hour with an escort. Get you out into the damn ambulance. Take you back, and they're gonna search that ambulance again. It's about 30 to 40 minutes. You could walk back and forth 63,000 times before that ambulance is gonna move. You could walk to the hospital, bleeding everything faster than you could get out of that prison. It just is what it is, folks. It's serious. It's just the odds are you're gonna die. Seen a lot of it, man. Get ready for that. Here comes the worst case scenario. So I'm protecting myself. And I end up killing this dude. I don't stab him. I don't beat him with an object. I don't strangle him in the middle of a tussle. A stray blow hits him in the damn temple and he's gone. That's my worst case scenario. Or I come up with a big uppercut and shove his bone up in his brain, or just out of last ditch effort, I grab him like damn Roadhouse and pull his esophagus and trachea out. And all that, I mean, because you have to protect yourself. In lions and wolves, very few. There's really good people. In that environment, there's really good people. But you got to also understand something about the environment. It could change. And I'll tell you how that you could witness that and not be in the prison, but you can witness it in the world. We call it the free world. And that is watching Coliseums, where they had the lions and the gladiators and the damn chariots and stuff, and let them live or kill them. You ever see those people go wild? Even your boxing and your MMA and wrestling, you're rooting for somebody to beat somebody else's ass. If you do that on the streets, you're going to jail. But if you do it in the ring, you get paid, and that's one of the other things I promote. Do the shit in the ring, man. If you that bad, get paid for it. I made a mistake. Love to fight. Wish I'd have known about going into the ring, and I did, but I wasn't thinking along those lines. That's why if you're doing bad, there's other things you could be doing. Million other things. What you don't want to be doing is worried about having to go to prison at all. Because if you're worried about it, your friends or family are worried about it, it's no win situation. Find another way. Find something else better to do. Imagine going to jail for one day because you stole a pack of cigarettes. And somebody came in and just started whipping your ass. And you had to do what you do. And you end up taking this dude's life, and now you got to spend the rest of your life, and you only had one day to do. That's my worst case scenario. I just knew I had to make it out, man, because it's inevitable somebody's going to try you. And I've had situations to where I didn't make a bad situation worse. Because they would have been life or death. We would have had to go. If you're not thinking about it, man, you shouldn't, because that means you're thinking about doing the wrong thing. Don't. If that happens, you'll never see anything again. And visits. You know, prison love. Anybody want no prison love? Go get me out. But that's the worst case scenario, folks. And it really worried me. It worried me a lot, just because I am a fighter. And I'm not going to let you tell you're not going to do anything. I don't chalk shit up to the game. I'm straight up with you. I will fight you right now. I'm not worried about going to jail. But I don't want to. I want to help people. I want to make sure that if you have any hope, if you have anything left that's going to come out and say, hey, I can overcome all this shit, I want to be that dude to push you. And I'm going to push it too. Got plenty more of this to come. Because I think it's important to be preventive. To not even go. Find another way. Ask for help. Somebody help you. That's the story for today. Hit that like button for me. Share if you can. Subscribe if you haven't. Hope everybody's having a good day and staying safe.